And then, do you guys remember Street Fighter with Jean-Claude Van Damme and Gomez Adams as Bison? I mean, oh my god, dude. It was a cringeworthy guilty pleasure, but all around good fun. The Street Fighter film. I know everybody hates it too. That's the funny thing. Everybody that I know hates the Street Fighter film. They say it's a goddamn abomination. But I love that corny stuff. I think it's funny. It's not, the greatest adaptation, but it doesn't need to be either. You know what I mean? It's kind of like trial and error. Just do something fun. Do something fun with it. Do something original. Throw it out. See if it works. Unfortunately, like Resident Evil, Extinction, Retribution, and Final Chapter, they sucked. I didn't like them, but I'm sure there's a lot of people that do. And same with Street Fighter. I love the Street Fighter movie. And even the Chun-Li movie with Robin Shao, who was also Liu Kang in Mortal Kombat. That's pretty fucking cool, you know what I mean? I love seeing actors jump from one series to another. It's almost like Ryan Reynolds, he played Green Lantern, but then he switched and played Deadpool. Or like, Chris, what the hell is his name? Chris Stevens? Who's Captain America? Who plays Captain America? The hell is his name? This is ridiculous. I can't remember his name, but it's almost like Captain America was originally Giant Torch, now he's Captain America. I love when shit like that happens. That's pretty funny too. But continuing on, one really good video game film that I would have killed to have seen was at one point going to happen, but we got Doom instead. Now that film was none other than Duke Nukem. Now during the late 1990s, it was announced that Mortal Kombat film producer Lawrence Kasanoff, who is an awesome human being, by the way, was working on a Duke Nukem movie. He was going to make this happen. It was going to be awesome. I think it was called Duke Nukem Ground Zero, or I may be attributing that subtitle to something else, but I'm pretty sure it was Duke Nukem Ground Zero. But the plot was, it simply revolved around aliens invading Duke's favorite strip club. And then, unfortunately, the film just did not advance past the pre-production phase for numerous reasons. Primarily, it had the Halo syndrome of no funding, lots of funding problems, much like, everything else in life. Just no money. Sometime in 2008, I think, the Max Payne guy, was it? It was the producer of the movie. I think his name's Scott Fay. And he was talking to IGN in an interview at one point about doing a Duke Nukem movie. And then there was another occasion where the Gearbox Software CEO, Randy Pitchford, he had hinted that there was work being done on a Duke Nukem film. Now, lately I've been hearing rumors, and I don't necessarily like rumors. I don't like these rumors. These rumors are just downright fucking silly. But I've been hearing rumors that, let me see, there's going to be a Duke Nukem film with John Cena playing the Duke. Now, this just isn't funny at all. Let's be honest with ourselves. We've all seen John's movies at one point or another. Now, not willingly, I would hope. Jesus Christ, that would be awful. I mean, the man is fucking terrible. He's a walking hemorrhoid. He's fucking awful. His acting career is worse than his wrestling career. Guys, no shit, he's actually gotten that bad that he just pops into movies now because they can't afford to put his name on the bill, otherwise nobody would go see the movie. He's got Kevin Bacon syndrome in reverse, and I say in reverse because when Kevin Bacon pops up in a movie, the film gets like 85% better than what it originally was. When John pops up in a film, suddenly earthquakes shake the Middle East. Us Floridians get another hurricane, and California suffers another major forest fire. And California spent the majority of 2017 on fire just to put that shit into perspective. We gotta keep John Cena away from TV and film. It's not cute. It's not funny anymore. I've said it before and I will say it again. Dolph Lundgren for Duke Nukem or GTFO? Not John Cena. John Cena doesn't even have balls of actually, you know what? He doesn't even have marbles of steel to even think about portraying Duke Nukem. And for all of you out there in support of John Cena as Duke Nukem, you must think this is a fucking game. No pun intended. Yeah, but I'm sorry, guys. That really sets the bar low for Duke Nukem. Like, I mean, you guys think his games are bad? That movie would be fucking terrible. Considering the fact that originally The Rock was slated to play the Duke, which is why Duke, in some of the earlier DNF posters, bears a heavy resemblance to The Rock. Then there was also that one Duke Nukem movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and that kid who had the magical golden ticket that allowed him to travel into the movie world. I mean, Arnold was an interesting choice to play the Duke, I gotta admit, but it worked. I mean, so come on. I mean, the bar, you gotta raise that shit up a little bit higher. Show some goddamn respect. And one of the reasons why I decided to make this episode all about film adaptions, by the way, was because not too long ago, my girlfriend and I went to go see the new Jumanji sequel, and amongst the previews was that of a film centered around The Rock and his monkey. Now, in this film, The Rock plays a primatologist who shares a bond with George, the extraordinarily intelligent albino gorilla who has been in his care for most of its life. But a mysterious genetic experiment mutates this once gentle ape into a raging creature of enormous size. That's right, kiddies. This is a film adaptation of Rampage, the video game series of the same name by Midway Games. And I didn't even know what to think of it when I saw it. I'm like, okay, so it's Mighty Joe Young, Mighty Joe White, possibly. I completely forgot that the gorilla in Rampage was white, and actually I don't even think he was. I can't really be too sure. But yeah, no, I had no idea really what to think about it. In fact, I didn't realize it was Rampage until I was like, you know what, there's gotta be, if there was a crocodile in here, and then all of a sudden there's the fucking crocodile, and The Rock says the same thing. He's like, oh yeah, I was just thinking a crocodile should show up or something like that. And I was like, oh my god, this is Rampage. They're doing Rampage, the fucking video game. They're turning that into a movie. And sure enough, yeah. And then I was looking everything up, and I found out that Warner Brothers acquired the film rights to the arcade game in 2009. So they've been fucking working on this idea since 2009. And actually, they got it as part of their acquisition of Midway Games for $33 million. And again, they've since been working on this bad boy since then. Actually, I think production went into, production in 2011. So since 2011, they've been working on this fucking movie. And I don't know what to think about it, really. I mean, I liked Rampage. I thought it was a really good game. And it's always weird when games that don't have stories get movies, because then they add a story and it's like, oh, okay, what the fuck are we supposed to do with this? It's almost like Marvel's The Punisher. I love The Punisher. I think he's a great character, and I was really looking forward to Marvel's Punisher series, but they did it all wrong. They actually ruined it. In my opinion, they ruined it, because you had Daredevil Season 2, which only featured the Punisher in kick-ass action scenarios. You know, the only time they showed the Punisher was when he was kicking ass. Or when shit was, like, about to go down. So you didn't get to see the Punisher a lot. It made you want to see the Punisher more, and when you saw him, it was just the greatest thing ever. But then you had the Marvel Punisher series, and they showed too much of him, and then they tried to flesh out his character. The Punisher is a 2D character. There's really nothing about him. There's nothing. Like, Dolph Lundgren's The Punisher is the best Punisher movie ever, because it's just fucking action. It's no storyline, no drama. There's no drama happening to Frank Castle. The drama happens around Frank Castle, around everybody involved with Frank Castle. It doesn't happen directly to him. It happens indirectly. The Punisher's only focus, his only role, is to distribute fucking pain among those who break the law. You know, those who are guilty deserve to be punished. They should have done the TV show like they did the Incredible Hulk TV show. They should have shown Frank going city to city, just kind of moving around as a vagabond. And all of a sudden, trouble finds him in every single city. And he just fucking destroys people. You know, he's moving across the country, and then you have these sightings of the Punisher, or you can make him more of a ghost story that way, because that's what he was. I mean, nobody believed in the Punisher. They just thought that gangs were knocking each other off in turf wars, but really it was Frank Castle, the one-man army, waging war against the gangs of New York. So I mean, they could have done things differently, and I still think by doing it that way, you could have actually achieved the whole conspiracy thing. Like, you could have kept that, okay? You could have kept the conspiracy thing and made it a more drawn-out TV series, so that the conspiracy thing is what you're working up to with a multitude of seasons. You know, they made the conspiracy thing the main focus of season 1, and it was a waste. The potential was the potential was wasted, because you I don't know. I could be here forever talking about Marvel's The Punisher. Anyway, Rampage looks good. I don't really know what to think of it until I see it. I think it's going to be kind of interesting, though, because I think the gorilla fights, or he destroys stuff with the wolf and the crocodile. I think the crocodile, the wolf, and the gorilla are gonna kind of be the enemy, the villains of the film. But then there was one trailer where I saw The Rock and he was standing with the gorilla, and George was kind of on The Rock's side. So I don't know. Maybe George is confused or something, because of the genetic editing. Or maybe, I don't know. I'd have to see it. Again, it looks interesting because it's a video game that doesn't have a story that now has a story. So you gotta judge the film based on the story, not based on the game's elements. But I also wanted to talk about, I was saying in the beginning, I wanted to talk about the worst and the best video game adaptions, and I want to find out from you guys what, your favorite stuff was too. I want you guys to be more active, and I want you guys to, tell me more things you guys want to see, or, topics you want me to cover on these podcasts and stuff. But I want you guys to tell me, in the comments below what your favorite video game film adaptation was, or what you thought the worst one was. Do you agree with my opinions? Do you think that the Resident Evil, the first Resident Evil was a really good movie? Did you hate it? What do you guys think of Mortal Kombat Annihilation? I'm sure you guys hate it. Did you like Mortal Kombat Conquest? Talk to me. Tell me these things. Let's chat. Let's gossip. Let's do that stuff. Let's be friends. And really, other than that, man, I think that's really about it. I may have just rambled about nonsense for, I think, a couple of hours. I actually lost track of time. I don't even know what fucking day it is right now. But but no, tell me these things, man. Tell me in the comment below if there's anything you want me to talk about. I'll talk about anything. I'll talk about video games that are coming up. I'm trying to review video games too soon. So if there's a video game you want me to review or talk about, or yeah, exactly. If there's stuff you want me to do, let me know. But tell me in the comments below. I'll tell you what. Tell me what video games you want to see made into movies. I know that Paul W.S. Anderson, he's far from done making video game films. In fact, I was looking at his IMDb page and I saw Monster Hunter. So I guess they're going to make a film adaptation of Monster Hunter, and Paul W.S. Anderson is going to be involved in that. So beware, all you Monster Hunter fans. I've yet to play Monster Hunter, but Monster Hunter World looks really fucking sweet. So I may get into that. That looks pretty cool. I'm trying to think. Actually, just to kind of go back to what I was originally trying to do with this episode, I think the Killing Floor series would make a really good movie if somebody could do it correctly, because Killing Floor 2 actually really delved into this story of the world's gone to shit, but the government still exists, and then the governments had put together this crack suicide squad team, you know what I mean? So they're going around and they're killing all the zombies and kind of bringing the world back to what it was, and I think that would be a really interesting idea, as long as they don't make it into 28 Days Later. I hate 28 Days Later. I hate 28 Weeks Later. I hate the whole 28 series. I don't think they're zombie films. They're not zombie films. They're actually outbreak films, and there is a fucking difference between zombie and outbreak films. But I think Killing Floor 2, especially, would make a really good film. They should obviously do a film of The Evil Within, especially since it was kind of... Evil Within was kind of created as a... it was kind of created like a film. You know what I mean? It's a video game, but it really plays like a film. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. Splatterhouse. I want a Splatterhouse film. You guys remember Splatterhouse? That fucking game was awesome. I would love to see that in a film, especially with the guy who voiced the mask, Cat Dog. He played Cat. He voiced Cat, and then he was also, I think he was in BioShock, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. He was in a lot of shit. He was in the Spider-Man animated series. He was in Cat Dog, played Cat. Then he voiced the mask. He's awesome. Whoever that guy is, I can never remember his name. I thought his name was Ted or something. But Splatterhouse would make an awesome movie, and why they haven't even pitched that yet, I don't understand. Well, that's it for this one, gamers. If you like the show, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more content so you never miss a discussion. Want to talk about a specific topic? Leave a comment in the comments section below telling me what topic you'd like me to cover in the next video. Until next time, guys, I'm Derek with GameSomniac, and this has been the Gamers Initiative, a video game podcast for the gaming elite. Bye-bye!